Love Them Knife Channel, LTK. Are you well balanced? Stay around and we're going to find out. And by being balanced, I mean not a balanced diet, right? Not a sense of balance like inner ear problems or that kind of thing. I'm talking about the Maxace Balance. And the Maxace Balance has been around, right? But these are new. These little puppy dogs, guess what? Bowler M390. Could it be? Yes, it is. The Balance-M. And of course we got dust particles on the blade already. I swear to, living in the desert, baby. Okay, so G10 scales, titanium pocket clip and backspacer, and this little accent around the pivot. Maxace, of course. Nice flat grind. Looks like a practical use type blade. I wonder if it can cut something. Let's find out. Oh, what was that? Did I just do that? That was good. That was good. Stop it. Get over here. Yeah, that was very, very sharp. Let's try the Stonewash version as opposed to the Statin version. And of course, it seems like they all have the blue accents, whether you get the green scales, you get the yellow scales, you get the black scales. I didn't get the black scales, but I tried to get a few. Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, somebody's doing their job. Somebody's doing their job. Yeah, that's very sharp. Okay, so they come very sharp right out of the package, which is always extremely helpful. What do you like? Green with the blue? Pocket clip's nothing to brag about necessarily, but it looks like it's going to stay out of the way, not present a hot spot. Although I kind of prefer when they come up that they kind of level out a little bit. And this doesn't do that. Let me see if I can find something that, like in this Recon, it kind of comes up and it kind of has this little area that kind of levels out a little bit. See what I'm saying? This, not so much. Not that that's necessarily going to present a hot spot because it's so close to the scales. Where it hits me is right in here. So, no, it kind of has its own zone to go into, and I don't even feel it. The ergos feel really good on these. These are kind of an interesting knife because they're doing something that it has been done before, but they're doing it in a different way. Okay, these are liner locks. G10, of course, the Bowler M390 blade. So you got this premium steel on this not so premium other parts in that way. So it's less expensive. The Maxace Balance, I did a review on maybe about a year ago. Carbon fiber, scale on the front, titanium frame, M390, and $256, something like that. These are $125, and then of course after the LTK discount, $112.50, right? So $112.50, just over $100, yet you're getting M390. Plus, you're getting titanium, hardware in that sense. This is not titanium, but I'm hardware like pocket clip, backspacer, pivot surround, that kind of thing. Nice choil here, flat grind, usable blade for piercing and slicing, not a small knife. And I was playing with the Recon here, wasn't I? So let's put the Recon up to these dogs and find out where we lay. Lay with those dogs. And here we go. See? The Recon's much bigger. Recon's a big knife, by the way. So there you go. Canadian Recon, of course, the satin blade version. Also, let's throw in the Mannix. Okay. Here's the Mannix. Whoops. Okay, the balance is looking more balanced. Let's flip it around. Okay. I think it's time to get out the measuring tape and go the whole hog on this dog right here. 3 3/4 inch blade. 96 millimeters, and overall 8 3/8, a little over 21 centimeters. Not quite 21 and a half, but getting there. So it's the real deal, Holyfield. That's not a small knife. That's bigger than a paramilitary 2, which, where are you, girl? Technically, it's bigger than the Para 2. Not a lot. Not a lot. Mostly in the blade it's bigger, but not so much in the handle. And of course, when we click this perspective around it, it's a little weird with the angle of the camera, but trust me on that. So, and of course, then the stone wash option here, right? Now, I don't know if they got ceramic bearings or not, and we'll check that out here in a bit, because I'm going to pull one of these apart. This is machined screws, so that's well done. I just think a lot of the stuff that Maxace does is interesting, and I like their design work and stuff on a lot of what they do. And this is the stickers upside down with the packaging, but whatever. There you go. Balance-M. Okay, the yellow is MBM02. Yellow G10, Bowler M390. We've tested Maxace M390. We've tested Voking / Stedman, and that did test correctly as well. So it's not like it's not real M390. It is. So, and I might send one of these out for testing, just kind of see what the HRC is going to be, that kind of thing. So we'll check that out. What I was going to say was the Wee Knife Company has done this as well, right? Okay, with the Practic and or the Streak, correct? Here you go with Bowler M390 on both of these. And so this is not new to my channel or my way of thinking, but it's interesting. These are a little bit bigger blades. And you know, Wee Knives usually uses ceramic bearings, in fact, all the time that I'm aware of. So let's see what if White Mountain has anything particular to say about it. This is for the yellow. You can get these colors in either a satin or a stone wash finish, and the black as well. So that kind of thing. Here you go. And I done my figuring there. Here's their stats here. 8.46 overall. Pretty close. Close length 4.75. 3.54 blade length. I'd say it's a little longer than that. The thickness 3.5 millimeters. Okay. And yeah, I'm not seeing HRC. They're saying 60. We could test that. And so here's kind of their, I'll give you the link to the page that brings you to all these balance knives so you can get balanced. And yeah, check it out on White Mountain, the LTK discount plus free shipping in the USA. So, I mean, you can't get hurt there. I was intrigued. I don't know why I like the yellow. Kind of pops with the blue. It's kind of optic and it's just different. That and the green. And I tend to stay away from black because I got plenty of black. So I always like to check out something different. And I think it's better on camera to have maybe something a little brighter, more colorful, etc. Come in these little zipper cases. So that's kind of interesting as well. It's not a standard zipper pouch type thing. You can see how that is. No, I didn't get any no paperwork or anything. There's no outer box or that kind of thing. So that's the way that rolls. it's a soft case. You see what I'm saying? But it's got form to it, so it's not like a zipper pouch necessarily. It's a little stiffer than that. Kind of like maybe you'd get some sunglasses in or something like that. But, you know, for 112 bucks, premium steel. How's the action? Pretty good. Maybe I ought to. Maybe I oughta raise this up just a bit so I can kind of mess with the knife and not go out of camera here. I think the detent is appropriate. It opens really well. Jimping on the flipper tab. This big, huge stop pin seems to be getting the job done. Stuck right in those steel liners. So that shouldn't be a problem. Hold on, let me grab my magnet. And yes, they are steel liners. And yeah, then it's really hard to put a magnet up against this, but I will when I disassemble this. And then this is hard too because you're going to feel the steel liner under here. But the more I get away from the steel liner up here, the less I feel the magnetism. So, yeah, that tends to kind of fall away from that area. So, yeah, I think that's all titanium there. And then, of course, the standard hardware here is steel. And it looks like, you know, their manufacturing process is pretty good. That looks like a pretty symmetrical plunge in there. The grind looks good. I wonder what the... they said 3.5 millimeter. Let's check it out. Well, they're right. 3.5 millimeter thick blade stock. 0.136. Overall fatness. Well, let's go to the calipers. I guess we're going to have to. Yeah, close to 14 millimeters. Not quite. So it is over a half. That's why my micrometer wouldn't do that. 0.53 there. So, about the same. Run all the way up and down there. Nice big lanyard area that's actually encased there in that backspacer. So a good size knife, bearings on the pivot, premium steel, and I haven't done anything, I haven't disassembled either of these knives. That felt like a little, no. I thought I was getting a little lock stick, but no. Centered, here's your lockup. That's kind of slight there. That's 20% at best. Like I said, centered. I'm not getting any blade play or lock rock on them. Check out the texturing on the G10. And inside, there's no skeletonizing of those liners. A little strange there. You'd think they may have wanted to do that. Let's pull the scale in and take a look, see how heavy they are. I do like them, though. They're not light. Okay, 162 grams. Okay, they got some heft to them. 5.7 ounces. So they're not ultra lightweight. They haven't hit 6 yet, but they're not far off. So they're not super lightweight. Probably wouldn't have hurt to skeletonize the liners. Give you a few tenths maybe. But they feel good. The ergos are good. You got this front choil for sharpening. Can you use it as a place to choke up? I guess if you want, you could. You need to be careful with that because the blade is sharp right there. But if you were careful, yeah, you could if you needed to. This here is interesting. On the stonewash blade, this gives you jimping, okay? It gives you traction and stuff, but it's not sharp. You see what I'm saying? Now, the satin one, however, is not tumbled like that. And this actually feels a little bit more unfinished. You know, you can, it's a little bit more edgy this way when you come over that edge. So that is different in the way it feels. And of course, I mean, as opposed to stonewash, I mean, everything, all these edges are tumbled off. This is very smooth and good. So you might want to consider that if you decide between the satin and the stonewash. This is a little bit more edgy right in here. But otherwise, I kind of like satin. In any case. But these knives are also not a $300 Safe Queen type thing. So as a user knife, maybe stonewash would be the preferable way to go. Okay? Like I said, liner lock, there's no jimping in here, but it's easy to disengage the liner. And let's look at the lockup on both of them. See if it varies much. Not much. Neither one are terribly heavy lockup. Ergos are good though. I mean, really the design, I think that's what's made the Balance as popular as it is, although it just seems strange to me. The Maxace knives just don't get a lot of attention. They don't get a lot of love. And it's really too bad, because they should. They're really cool. There's so many nice Maxace knives. I've got the Zerg in here somewhere that I'm going to put on video later. But I've done a lot of other Maxace knives, the Halictus and those kinds that are aces up. I mean, in any case, this one's nice. So this is good. We're a premium steel as a user, barely over $100. A little on the heavy side, to be sure, but that's about it. And what the heck? What do you think we ought to do? Oh, God. Oh, not that towel. Not that towel. That towel's rugged. Well, okay, that towel's going to be the one it's going to be. Anyhow, in any case, so let's just throw this knife down here and let's see what it looks like inside. And we're going to get after it as soon as I can find my regular driver, wherever I put it. Check to see if all these are number 8s. Well, yes, they are. But no, not on the scale screws. Those are number 6s. Wow, really? Okay. So, pocket clips, number 6. All the rest of them are number 8s. Wow, okay. Let's see what she looks like on the inside. Coming apart pretty easy. I don't know what I got on this towel, man. It has been through some tough stuff. Time to go to the laundry. Probably got traces of dye and all kinds of stuff from stuff I've been doing. And at number 6 here, well, I don't need to take the pocket clip off necessarily to open the knife. So, oh, well, we just lost our pivot accent. Okay. Here we go. So I guess, yeah, you do need to take the pocket clip off if you want to separate the scale from the liner. Otherwise, nah. I was just kind of curious to see if they were ceramic bearings. And yes, they are. They're ceramic bearings. So I just kind of wanted to see that. Let's see if it's a D-shaped pivot. And no, it's not. So there's your bearings. There's your blade stop, which, you know, comes out, goes in, whatever. I was just kind of curious how that was. But that's pretty much answered my question. I just wanted to kind of know the bearing setup on here. Here's your back spacer, obviously, and it, you know, the cutout for that. And of course, it's anodized. So, yeah, okay. So much for my curiosity level. Look on the other side of here. See, there's no milled out area on the blade itself. And there's where your detent hole is. But there's no milled out area there. It's just in here, in these liners. Okay, for that. And whatever this blue greasy stuff is not exactly probably my first choice of lube. But for right now, just for disassembly and look-see, I might get after this later. Throw it back together. Just like that. Yeah, at least it comes apart, goes together pretty easily. And throw this on here. Just like that. And then those others are number 8s, I guess, as well. So, and they're nice machine screws. There we are. Huh. Yeah, nice hardware. Okay. Are we centered? Yeah, we are centered. Tiny little bit of blade play, so I'm going to adjust this pivot. You can see the blade move and travel as you adjust, and I don't want to over tighten it, and that looks centered, and that's definitely solid. There's no blade play there. Do we have some drop though? Yes. Okay, so I didn't over tighten, yet I got it centered and there's no play. So we're good. What do we got? Did I have hot dogs with mustard? What is the yellow coming off of the skate? No, I'm just giving you a hard time. I mean, there's all kinds of garbage on this thing. It's a shop rag. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. The Maxace Balance. I like it. Take care. Thanks for hanging out for so long. Hopefully we edit this down to less than the length it is now. Appreciate you hanging out. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.